should be live. Husker,
Sweet, that's sweet.
I think
Right on.
Husker's mic is on.
You
Try
finally
to
got
get
it
me?
working. Yeah, no, it looks like it because I just got like a notification.
All right, so we are live right now.
Cool, cool. All right, well, we're just going to break down the NFC Championship of our Chisbras connected franchise. In my opinion, one of the best games we've had of the year. This is Baller Storm. I'm the Seahawk. Who else is here?
I'm Riley. I'm the Browns.
Chad, I'm Texans.
Taxi the Texans. Yeah, all right. So
Taxis,
Beavers, Eagles.
Texans.
Eagles isn't here, but he was a super good opponent. Beat me down pretty early, and then big battle back late in the game. So, I mean, let's get started.
All right.
Let's hope it doesn't lag too much. Is this the very start,
Yes.
or are we a little bit in already?
Just the kickoff. So this is the first play from scrimmage.
All right, on. Yeah, I didn't really want to check down there. I was kind of looking a little for a deeper cross, but you just take what you're given. He's pretty stout on defense, so.
So do you have any scripted plays going into like the start of games? Like you know what you're gonna do before you start?
No, definitely not. I think I see cover 3 here, so I'm looking on that left side slot receiver, and I had him, and I missed
Oh,
it
yeah.
completely.
Yeah.
So obviously I wasn't looking there. Now when I watch back, I'm like, that's where I should have looked, but instead I wanted the running back on the check down, and I had to roll out. Thank God I have Russell Wilson. But if you saw immediately, as soon as that single high safety was there, I should have been looking at that slot receiver because that's the seam where you're going to beat cover 3. Nice little toss. That gun open flex is the only shotgun where the running back will actually run to the same side. So if you see a shotgun formation, normally it's going to be like if the running back's on the right, the run is going to the left. And I think this is an inside zone to the left. Yeah. Usually a really good play. Didn't really get much on it. Yeah, I don't really script anything. Just kind of feel out my opponent early and see what he likes to do. I know I wanted short yardage here, so I'm looking at the drag. I'm not sure if I get it, if I throw a pick or if I get sacked or what exactly. Actually, Sledstone runs that play a lot. Loves the tight end drag. It's just easy for short yards sometimes. And it happened to just beat his man coverage.
Money.
These corners are always super good plays. But it was taken away, so I had to hit my hot routed slant, which I just had there for a little backup.
I see you had a play there you called 496 times.
Yeah, that's because I'll tell you after. That's what this play is. I'm looking at this post here, and then I have a little check down underneath. I'll tell you why it's called so many times in a minute. So there it is. Oh, I had him deep too. So
Was it?
when I did my my face of the franchise, I just called this play repeatedly because the computer doesn't stop it. So there's some games where I would just not care and just call this repeatedly to get the achievements for all the stuff.
Is there sometimes where you don't hot route that X receiver on the streak? Or do you always want that?
I typically do because he's going to draw coverage. So it opens up underneath stuff. Just on those plays. Like I have the post coming across, so I want him to pull somebody up so that post can be there. This formation, I'm looking to run inside, and then you saw his adjustments. I'm like, oh, quick, adjust.
I like how Rashad Penny went off yesterday in the Super Bowl and you're trying to trade him still.
He's already gone. I traded him to John for a second.
Oh, that's right. That's funny.
He had a really good playoff run for me.
Yeah.
PA post shot. Let's see, is that what I'm calling here? This was like the best play in Madden 19. It's not so good this year. It just has a lot of options. But gotta take a check on. God, this is lagging for me pretty hard. How about, is it good for you, Taxi?
Oh, it's a little choppy, but not too bad. I am on my phone though, so.
Yeah, me too. It's all good.
If it gets too bad, let me know. We could try and figure something out.
Could always lower the quality.
Hmm.
Single back bunch pitch, always a good play. As long as your right tackle can do it. Oh, I didn't call the pitch. I called the slam. A lot of people
no,
anticipate the pitch. So if you call the slam instead. But he read that really well. That was a good user play by him. He's just a super solid user. Good player. Read the left slot, right? Because I want to look at Lockett, so you got to read that slot. He backs off. I throw it.
So here, I want to go back real quick. So when you say read that.
So yeah, get to the play.
So I'll pause it. So you're talking about this guy
Anytime
right
you call
here,
a
right?
stretch alert, right? It's either a bubble to Lockett there, or it's the run to Penny. So you read that guy. If he stays with Lockett, you just let the handoff happen. Because on stretch alerts, you don't have to press anything, and it'll just hand it off. Like the RPOs and stuff, you have to hold A sometimes. But I see the corner. He's slightly inside. As soon as I snap it, he runs inside, so I throw it. Those are really useful plays. You just got to read it right. That's all. I don't remember scoring first. Do I get picked off here? I don't remember.
Looks like you better run Philly.
No, I actually ran the real Philly, and Russell's wide open, and he misses him.
Oh.
Yeah, that's right. I remember this.
He's wide open. And literally the only reason Jacoby Myers is on my roster is because out of the free agent receivers, he had the best throw accuracy. So I was like, I'm never going to use this guy. I'll put him in for this one play if I ever call it, just because, and he misses it.
You almost scored on Philadelphia with Philly.
Yeah, except he got Brady'd and missed it instead. At least it wasn't a tick. Geez, I don't remember this because playing the Super Bowl yesterday, I'm like, normally I can remember a lot of points in the game, but I'm like, I really got down to the one? I swear I went down a lot. Maybe not. Quarterback sneak, of course. Used to be like guaranteed 1 yard, but thankfully they fixed that in recent games.
You know, when I played Ravens before, or when the old user was here, he tried doing that when he was it was tied, and I had one time out left, and he was at like the 1, and he tried doing that. And I hit stick Lamar Jackson and got a 98-yard fumble return for the win as time expired.
Holy crap.
It was beautiful.
That's amazing. That's pretty awesome.
I was going insane. It was amazing. That's why I'm always scared to run.
Dive? No, that's right. I call the stretch. He stops me when I call the stretch here. So again, he pinches middle, so I adjust the stretch. I'm like, look how much space there is out there. And he gets me. Broke through. Good play by him.
When you're at the 1, have you ever actually tried either the halfback dive or even the QB sneak and doing the leap over the line?
No,
animation?
I haven't. Have you tried it? Does the leap work?
The only time I've ever tried it was against the computer, and it worked one time. Other time it got knocked out, so or he fumbled actually.
I don't love diving when anyone's near me because it just happens. I always like to go cornerbacks by speed, just so that I don't get beat deep. Option, I go aggressive or conservative depending on what kind of quarterback they have. and then I'm going to this free safety blitz play, and then zoning my linebackers so I can use other free safety. So I'm not losing anyone's zone responsibility. I'm just controlling him instead of zoning him, or instead of blitzing him, I mean, sorry. So all the zones are still intact, and I'm free to run around with him and user. And then to zone the linebackers, you just press right on the D-pad, and that's like your linebackers hot routes, and then up on the right stick zones them all. So that middle linebacker isn't blitzing anymore. I have the 2 linebackers in zone, and then the rest is just regular cover 3, and the safety is free to do what I want. I don't call that play a ton, but that's just my thought process. I remember I played this guy earlier in the year, and he dotted me up with corner routes. So I tried to be aware of that when I played him here. He still hits me with corner routes, though. He's good at it. That was a fast first quarter.
Yeah.
Cover 4 drop show 2, 254 calls. It's just a safe play. As long as you set it up right, you probably won't get beat deep. Decent enough against the run. Like, you can see all my pre-play adjustments, base the line. Sometimes you want to press. And, like, whenever I call zone, I'm doing protect the sticks, which is Y, and then left bumper. A lot of times as well, I'll do over top coverage, so you guys don't get beat deep, which is Y, and then up on the right stick.
Ooh.
Oh, gross. That was a good run. I only really use these dollar plays when I'm expecting a pass, but oftentimes guys will audible to a run and just gash me like that. Back to my 3-4 odd. Pretty much my base is 3-4 odd.
So would you say you have a certain number of plays that you run every time?
I don't have a wide variety of plays, I'll put it that way, on defense. Keep the number small, master a few things, and you don't need to get too complex. See how I move my line to the right? That's because, like I said, most formations, the running back will not have a run to the same side that he's on at a shotgun. That gun open flex is the only one with that toss to the same side. What you're noticing, though, is like both of us on offense just take what you're given. A lot of guys who throw a ton of picks, it's because they're forcing stuff deeper than they need to. If they cover that, just take the short stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That was a bad juke. I should have gone up the sideline. He was waiting inside for me. I form close stretch. Everyone's favorite run. You can see he adjusts to baseline. Switch to the other side because the one side's overloaded, but switch it back. Or maybe I'm just trying to get him to think I was doing something. I don't remember if that was a head game or if I was actually adjusting it. Sometimes I'll just flip it back and forth because then your quarterback will do an animation and then the defense might think you're doing something different. So they'll adjust, opening up what you originally wanted. I want Lockett on the wheel here. If it's man coverage, I can hit it. But it isn't. Thankfully, DK was deep. I mean, he dropped it anyway, but that's a nice little play. He got some stuff in the bag as backup. Like I said, this guy's good at D. He beat me earlier in the year, and then this was our rematch.
He was your only loss?
He was my only loss, yeah.
Wow.
And you'll notice I'm in 3-4 odd a lot. That's also because I'm worried about him running the ball. If I'm in dollar, he'll probably just run all over me.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, there it is again, another check down to the flat. He looked deep and then check down. Don't force it. I hope Bengals watches this because that's it. If you don't have it deep, there's a guy near him, take the check down.
I think that's something I need to learn to do.
Baseline press here, shift to the left, cover over top.
So because he was in a 3-receiver set, how often are you staying in that 3-4 odd instead of going to nickel?
It depends on the user. It really depends on the user. If I'm playing Sledstorm, I know he's probably passing, but this guy and Snaked in the Super Bowl and Porky in the divisional game, I'm so worried about the run games that I don't want to go to my dollar set. Okay. I don't like my nickel sets very much, so I'm pretty much in 3-4 odd, 3-4 bear, or dollar, 3-2-6. Those are the only formations I use.
Okay.
Big Nick, like, I don't like formations with 4 down linemen because I like to have more guys in coverage and rush less guys, which is why I emphasize having such a good D-line. But here I am in dollar again, and see what happens? Like, he runs all over me in it. So I really only run it when I think they're going to pass. I hate big nickel. I hate big dime. I mean, as you can see, I'm in big nickel over G right now because I'm trying to find an answer. Which is, obviously, he's doing something well because he's forcing me out of my comfort zone. That's all you want to do on offense. Force the defense into something uncomfortable. And the run game is so good this year that you have to respect it. But if somebody's stretching all over you all game, just go into 3-4 bear. Run that.
Pretty unique first half.
It's fast. See, he goes I-form close. Immediately I'm switching pinch jog 3 and getting those 2 seam flats, the pinks. They pick up the outside stretch really well. So I'm like, oh shit, I'm worried about the run. Look at that, he passes them. And terrible tackling. Wow. Terrible tackling by me. Oh, that was so bad. Going for hip sticks everywhere. Like, that should have been an 8-yard gain.
So now down 13-3, 2-minute drill. What's going through your head?
You gotta get some chunk plays, but at the same time, you don't want to force it and throw a pick, which is a tough balance. On this play, I have a couple reads. I kind of like Jennings, I like Lockett, and then you got to check down underneath. And I might throw a pick here. I don't remember. Oof, yeah, I thought I had him underneath, and he jumped underneath it.
You had the drag route looked like too.
But at the same time, 2-minute drill, I want those chunk yards, so I don't really want to take the drag. And then, yeah, like this one, I got the Y as my check down, but I've got DK going across. I've got, or Lockett going across, sorry.
Oh, like you had Lockett maybe.
And I hit the check. I mean, I still have timeout, so it's okay, but you can also hurry up. Reading those 2 wheel routes in that vertical plays is usually a pretty solid play. And then this one, I want that wheel on the left with Metcalf. But I also have Lockett coming across. Oh, terrible throw, Russell. I hit it quick because there was so much space off the snap. Like, he was backed way up. If he was closer, I probably would have waited. these plays are always fun to just mix in, see how they react, and then judging by what they do with their user, you can adjust later in the game. Oh, I audibled anyway, but you can adjust later in the game. If they're going to react to your auto motion, then it might open something else up for you.
So why'd you do that audible then? Is it because you saw something?
Can you jump back? Can you rewind back?
Yeah. Let's see.
Let's see what I think I saw.
Tell me when to pause.
Okay, pause it there. What did I see?
Because I would think, and my initial reaction is that you'd probably have Metcalf.
Yeah, right here
on that streak. If you think he can beat him,
absolutely.
But that's what I thought.
That's a good read for sure. And why did I audible out of this? I'm not sure. I think it might have been because I called this play and I didn't realize it was going to my third receiver. And I was like, I don't know what he can do. So I audibled instead. Like, I don't know exactly why I audibled this, but it's, again, he's got me uncomfortable. Only scoring 3.5 points. I'm not used to that. So what did I audible for? Oh, I did have DK on the streak. You know what? I saw exactly what you saw. And then as soon as I saw the safety go over, you're right. Good read.
Inside. Okay.
I saw the press. I wanted to go deep. I audibled DK deep, but the safeties covered it anyway. So then I had to hit block it in the middle. That's a really good read by. This played double posts, either looking at Johnson or Metcalf.
Got a little choppy there.
Nothing was there, so I had to run. Luckily, when you run sometimes, it opens stuff up like that. I went to run around the corner. His guy was there, didn't move, so.
And that was not a playmaker, right? That was just the CPU moving on its own?
Yeah, the receivers, once they reach the end of the route, they'll do their own thing like that.
Mm-hmm.
And again, I called the same play, and I'm like, shit, nothing again, so I had to run. Like, not my first option. It is never my first option to quarterback run. But take what it gives you. If your reads aren't there, sometimes you got to look. Now, this play used to be super good. It's still decent, but you hand it off to the fullback, and he kind of runs around the right side, and sometimes the defenders just don't cover it properly. I think he gets around the corner and stops this one. Oh, no, I got a couple yards.
Nice
that play I used against the Chiefs to win in the end of the game.
Fuck, nice. That's a really good play. Oh, I know if this is what I think it is. Let's see. Hold on. Oh, no, it's not. I remember there was a play where I tried to throw it to DK on like an inside route and just Russell overthrew him so bad. I believe this is a touchdown.
Yep. Got the juke.
Yeah, those plays, like, you can do it to the running back, you can do it to the receiver. There's all sorts of ones in different formations. They're really nice just to have in your playbook. And then kind of see what their user does to defend it. Because if he's going to take his linebacker and chase that guy, and he's supposed to be in the middle zone, that can open something up for you. So you can call a different version of it where the guy will wheel out, and then if he takes his linebacker out there, oh, I remember that. Then, it opens it up and you can get on a slant behind him and hit where he was. And then if you call the same play again, he's going to be guessing, is it coming on the slant? Is it coming on around the side?
So you knew that you were obviously giving him the ball to start the second half. So at that last drive, did it feel like most important to get a touchdown, like even more important than if you were to get the ball?
Oh, for sure. Of course. Because his offense, I was having trouble stopping it. So it's like, if he gets the ball first, he could go up 2 scores. Well, I mean, he already was up 2 scores, but touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
And see, I just baseline here, cover 3. Griffin was supposed to blitz, which is why I'm using him, because he doesn't have a zone responsibility, so I'm able to freelance. But again, he's got me out of my comfort zone on defense just by dotting me up. So it's good on him. I always kind of start from the middle, like as far as coverage. If there's crossers, that's usually what I'm going to use her. I mean, I know certain users favor certain players, so I might lean to them. But as far as user covering, I'm usually starting in the middle and then working my way outside if I see something opening up. I wanted him to think I was blitzing him here, so I gave him that look and then switched back. I was worried about getting beat deep there, so which is why I came out of the baseline and had my corners off a little bit in that pre-play. Just because I saw the look, and I was like, man, if I was on offense, I'd be looking to beat that guy. See on the right there. Luckily, his team doesn't have a ton of speed. And then to get Bobby to blitz there, you just click the right joystick. He's in zone, you click it, he blitzes. It either forces him to throw quicker or takes a sack. I mean, he got the completion, but... When I see a bunch, I'm usually trying to protect against the verticals play because I know a lot of people like it.
Ooh.
Yeah, intentional ground and killer penalty. Foreshadowing for the end of the game. Now it's 2nd and 23. I'm like, okay, this is a passing situation. I can come out in the dollar formation for sure. But that's what I'm thinking right now. But then look at this. I go 3-4 odd because, like I said, he's got me uncomfortable. And again, same look. But then I saw no running back, so I didn't do the baseline or any of that. Get my guys back outside there.
Oof.
And I almost picked that. I read it just a split second too late.
Yeah, second too late.
Third and 9, expecting pass. This is in the dollar set. Zone my linebackers, using my favorite safety, and see.
What overall is Apke or whatever?
Yeah.
What's his overall?
I think like 81 now.
Wow.
Something like that. It was 68 when I started the league.
Oh my goodness.
Split. I'm hoping to get a sack. Single coverage everywhere, and he runs it. Thankfully, the blitzer got through and got him. Mid blitz has been good for years. Before that, it used to be called sugar blitz. Super good. But it leaves a lot open. It's gotten really popular this year.
Is this a formation you generally run, or no? Is it him getting you out of your comfort zone?
Pardon me?
Is this a formation you usually run, or is this him getting you out of your comfort zone?
Which, like, which you're talking about the formation I'm in right now?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm only using that because I'm trying to blitz. I pretty much exclusively call that for mid blitz or having people think I'm running mid blitz. So if I see that he's got a wide receiver heavy set and I'm like, okay, get a heavy blitz, that's the formation for mid blitz, get some fast outside linebackers. A lot of people run it online, but what you can also do out of it is just call another play, and then people will think you're blitzing, and it'll force them to maybe throw quick or adjust because they think you're blitzing. Although the plays out of it aren't great. You're more so getting the advantage because they think you're going to blitz.
Mm-hmm.
I want my tight end on this play. Those corner routes are always really good, but look at what the hell is this?
Yeah,
this is like a glitch where my wide receiver goes behind that guy.
Wow, that's Russell Wilson for you right there.
And then, yeah, possession catch. I guess I talked about this before, but we didn't have a video for it. Like, I think I'm going to get hit, so I'm possession catching.
Hey, you want me to go back to that?
If you think he's gonna undercut your route, you sometimes have to jump above it and do an aggressive catch.
So, if in that aspect, as a different way to like visualize it, because how you explained it in the last video, I kind of took it as if your receiver is in front of his defender, you'd want a possession catch. But if you see that his guy is actually undercutting you, then you want to go over the top of the defender and use aggressive, essentially.
Yeah, basically use
like
aggressive if you're worried, like if you're concerned that he's about to jump the route, either because of the way your guy's running or the angle or whatever. If you're concerned that you're like, oh no, I need to get in front of this defender, then you got to go up for the aggressive catch, so your guy will go airborne for it. But if you're just throwing it and the defender's not there yet, but you know your guy's going to get hit as soon as he catches it, use that possession catch and get him to the ground so he doesn't take a big hit and drop the ball. Like, people complain about drops. That's the biggest thing you can do to fix it is possession catch.
Okay.
He ran mid blitz on me there. You want to rewind that?
Yeah. Couldn't find my mouse. All right.
Okay, so this wheel route usually torches man coverage. And so I call it here, and I see he's got 6 guys on the line. So just pause it there.
Yeah.
So he's got 6 guys on the line. Just knowing that people like this play, I'm like, okay, this is man coverage, this is mid blitz. So I know in my head, Lockett on the left most likely will beat man coverage. He's my best route runner. It's a good play. So he comes at me with his blitz, and as soon as I'm like, oh shit, there's a guy in my face, I'm just trusting that my route is going to, when he makes his break, beat the defender. And he doesn't. And then this guy makes a nice user pick. You see what happens. So this is just me throwing it up when a blitz is in my face, expecting my route to beat it, but it doesn't. Normally he will. Good play by him, though. That was user pick, right? Perfect timing. Pretty sure it's a house call. Yeah. Late in the third, and I threw a pick 6. I wasn't feeling super good at this. He goes for 2, obviously, to be up by 4, and I think I pick him off. I think this is a pick.
Oh my goodness.
Jeez.
And you said at the start of the league he was a 68?
Yeah, he was a 68. But honestly, those things don't matter if you're user controlling him. You don't have to worry about his zone coverage. You don't have to worry about his awareness.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted Lockett on this play. Again, those are good routes. That's kind of my initial read, and then Penny's my backup read. My check down. And back-to-back piss. So I was pretty pissed at this point.
So,
yeah,
I mean,
so
this obviously... go ahead.
Oh, I was just talking about, like, he had really good speed, agility, and acceleration. So as a user, like, that's all I can ask for.
Mm-hmm.
Don't worry about his man and zone and awareness and play recognition and all that stuff. Who cares? What were you going to say, though?
I was going to say, so at this point, down 29 or 19, how does, like, do you go no huddle? Like, what's going through your mind at this point?
Stop making mistakes is going through my mind at this point. I want to take a shot here and get DK deep. So that's what this play is attempting. And then I get sacked. Oh, God, I was mad at this point. But, again, you don't want to get too carried away and panic too much. Just start to play your game and settle down. So go to the things you know. I'm going to my favorite play here. Second favorite. Metcalf, Lockett, Jennings. Hopefully I can get somebody and just start building.
Yep.
And see possession catch. I'm like, oh, and he drops it. But that guy was right there. Usually you're going to hang on to that possession catch. Especially that dive enemy. It is super good this year. Okay, pause it. So I had been running a lot of stuff over the middle. And I was just like, this guy is on to this stuff, so I got to try something different. I know this vertical split has a couple routes, like on the left, you've got DK and you've got the inside receiver. They both run those wheels, and they can beat certain coverages. If he's in Tampa 2, he'll get over top of the corner. If it's man, they'll beat their man. So I'm just kind of like 3rd and 23, hope something works out. So you can watch DK on the left here. This guy sends a blitz. Man coverage, like I said before, the wheel will torch man usually. It didn't work last time with Lockett, but watch this play.
Mm. Oh, yeah.
He sends a blitz. DK is fast, gets down there, and that was huge. He told me after the game, he was like, oh, I was so mad I called that blitz. I thought I had the game in the bag. Why am I blitzing on that play?
Jeez, yeah.
But, I mean, it's still 12 points.
12 points, but I go in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, just if you're in trouble, get back to what you know. And I knew he was going to start running, obviously, to take the clock down.
Mm-hmm.
So at this point, I think I start calling.
I'd like to point out the score, by the way, because it seems like it's, a little bit out of the bag. You got 7 minutes left. Like, got to make things work. But somehow.
Yeah, but again, it's like you can't panic too much. You just got to play your game. So I'm expecting runs. So I'm calling these 3-4 bear plays to hopefully shut down his run and get some big stops. 2nd and 1 stop. This pinch dog 3 is probably my favorite run stopping play out of the 3-4 bear. But yeah, time is definitely an issue at this point.
Mm.
But even at this point, I'm like 3 wide. I got to worry about the run.
I just want to show something. You're worried about the run. You have X Factor, Superstar, and X Factor all in a row. How scared do you think he is to run right now?
Yeah, but look at the gap on the right. If he's able to get a nice cutback. So, like I've been saying a couple times, these shotgun plays, the running back is 99% of the time going across the formation unless he's super agile. Yeah, like you pointed out, my guys, they made a play there. Calais Campbell retired on me this offseason, so got to replace.
Really? Is he old?
I was pretty amped when I made that stop. But still, I'd thrown 2 pick sixes. Nothing's guaranteed. I'm hoping to get a deep pass here to DK with him thinking I'm going to run at I-form close because everybody runs at I-form close. But he's covered, so instead I just run with Russell because there's room. Make sure you slide. Don't take that quarterback hit. I mean, you can see the plays I call when I need to get comfortable. I'm calling a lot of the same stuff just because you get your comfort zone. If you have a few money plays that you love, that you're good at, and you know how to read, you can go to those when you're in trouble.
Mm-hmm. Oh, nice juke.
Ooh.
Lockett has insane agility in juking. So nice to have. See, now I'm going hurry up, right? Obviously 5 minutes left in the quarter. I'm just calling some audibles. Give myself a check down by hot routing DK underneath. That was the same play that was the first play of the game. PA boot over. It's been a good play for a few years. It used to be a lot better, but it just gives you options. It's a nice half-field read. I want Lockett here, so if you pause it. He probably knew I wanted him, so he moved inside. Like, that's just really good defense by him. He knows that's where I'm looking. So he moves inside to take that away, because if Lockett can slip behind that corner, I can kind of thread it in there. Mm-hmm. So now at this point, I'm like, oh, God, he's taking that away. Maybe I'll read my tight end and get my running back on a check down. We'll see what happens. I don't even remember what happened in this play. Let's see.
Oh, you audibled.
Oh, I audibled because he took it away. Look at this.
Yep. Look
Okay,
at
pause
that.
this.
Right
Oh
there.
man, I'm like this is a glitch. That's not supposed to
Yeah.
happen. So my right tackle is out at receiver. I'm like, oh, this is awesome because I'm going to throw it to my running back and my right tackle is going to be there to block. But he's so slow, he doesn't even touch any.
Gotta love EA.
This is a play where it just sails over. So he steps inside on the. This is kind of a nice little route where he steps inside and kind of gets open and short routed. Russ.
Sorry, I'm a knuckle cracker.
I actually probably should have lowballed it, not high. But he's so damn.
I'm sorry if my bone cracking is loud. It's a bad habit.
I can't even.
Oh, beautiful.
Taxi, you gave me this. You
I
gave
love
me this
this.
play. Lockett. So Lockett, I'm pretty sure this is a really nice route by him. I love this play.
So did you lead him back a little bit there?
Yeah, of course.
Thought I saw that.
Are you gonna jump back?
Wait. Oh, did you? You were cutting out. Did you say go back?
Yeah, definitely. You said you wanted to go back, right?
Oh no, I said did you lead him back? Lock it on this pass.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, so if you pause it as he gets to his stem, so right when he gets to the top of the route, pause.
There.
So I can see where he's going. It's kind of, there's a lot of open space, but there's guys above him. So I'm aiming down and to the left, and then I definitely want a possession catch just because there's guys around him.
Mm-hmm.
So aim down to the left, away from all the defenders, right?
I've also had, for that same play, for that corner route, if I'm even closer, like if I'm even now where you're at now on the 2-yard line, and I call that same play, I'll hot route that corner route to the smart route.
Oh, nice.
Makes it even shorter, so he takes it's like a reverse slant, I guess you could say.
That's a good
And he
call.
just takes a really sharp cut.
So I called that quarterback blast there. We were talking over it, but just because everything I had been doing, he'd been figuring out. So I'm like, I have to call something he hasn't seen. And Russ got through an open hole there. Now, again, there's 3.5 minutes left. He could just chew the clock.
Yeah.
And so I'm still just, like I did the last defensive drive, worry about the run. He's probably going to eat clock. But at the same time, if he chunks me up, the game's over. So it's kind of a balancing act. So I'm keying the running back on most of these plays. He's the one I'm watching.
Look at that, 15 to 16 from Wentz.
Yeah. Camille plays very, very smart when throwing the ball. He doesn't throw a lot of interceptions. 2 tight ends, I'm expecting run.
Manually chewing clock.
I mean, that's not a great stop on first down. Well, 3 yards, I guess it's not great, but it's not terrible, I mean. 2nd and 7, though, I'm back to my bear formation. Worried about the run, worried about him killing time. But still, I'm waiting to see what he calls. He comes out with 3 wide, and it forces me back into the cover 4 drop show, too. I don't want to be in bear when he's got 3 wide. But I'm going to shift everyone to the right here because the running back's on the left, right? So I'm in cover 3, using Shaquem. And again, I just clicked the right stick to blitz my guy there, which forced him to throw it quicker. 3rd and 7, pass defense formation, $2 or 3-2-6. I know a lot of people really like those routes out of the running back. like what he did there, the angle route. So that's kind of what I followed there.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, when he dropped that, I was pumped.
Do you ever look at whether it's a trips or a bunch formation, whether you want to call a zone or a man?
Not really. If I see the bunch, maybe I don't love man because I'm afraid of the verticals play, and we've seen how those wheels can beat man. But other than that, I mean, I usually will more so react with my user to defend what I think is coming a little more.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering, because I was going to ask you, how do you choose between man and zone?
Yeah, that's a good question. If I think he's going to throw to the sideline, I like to call my man coverage and then put my one safety in a purple zone and then my blitzing linebacker in a purple zone, and then I'll use the other safety. But you're kind of vulnerable over the top. I could show you that if you went back to that last.
Yeah.
Actually, I didn't even call it there, but somewhere through the game I would have called it.
Let's see.
If you go back to the play art for this play, I'll show you.
Here we go. Yeah, because I noticed you audible from zone to man, and you
Okay,
really have been running
pause
zone
it there.
coverage the whole game.
Pause it
Cover
there,
two,
so I can see
man
the play
blitz.
Yeah, so I play the safety on the top right, and then the other safety, I put him in a purple, and then the blitzing linebacker, I put in a purple. So it's covering the corner route, and then me, I'm going to make sure that nobody gets anything inside. So my guys are all in man coverage. I'm not going to get dotted up on the corners because I have those purples, and then as long as I do my job on the inside, I'm all right. I mean, you're pretty vulnerable over the top because you have nobody covering deep, but that's kind of, when I play man, that's what I'm looking to defend. When I'm defending everything else, it's usually zone.
Whoops. Go back a little bit.
Oh, that skipped. Oh, you skipped ahead. I was like, wow, that jump.
Yeah, no, I skipped. I skipped a little too much. I went back. So you're just going back to the plays work right now? 2-minute drill?
Not really. Not really. Like the thing is with somebody like that, you just got to keep mixing it up so he's on his toes. That one was just a pretty normal stretch alert, and I saw the corner step inside, so I threw it outside. I mean, it's only 5 yards. It's 5 yards.
So I noticed so this is a custom playbook that you made, right, for offense?
Yeah. On this play, I'm looking at Johnson because I'm expecting man coverage just based on the alignment. So I know that route is going to beat man and get me some quick yards. I think that was a hot route even.
So I noticed most of them only have like 4 to 6 plays. So is that just talk me through it.
That's so that every formation I can have all of their plays as audibles. Yeah, so when I come out, I can hit any play in that formation. This play is an interesting one I just call sometimes. It's a quick pass to the tight end. It's actually an RPO, but a lot of guys key on the running back. Well. Yeah, it's really good. Look at that. Because the linebackers oftentimes will just key on the running back, and then it can hit that guy outside. I guess I started going to a lot of like these screens and read options and stuff, and he reads that right away, but for some reason he paused. Was lucky enough to hit that spin. Spin is usually terrible this year, but
yeah,
it worked out there. You want to jump back? Actually, I'll go over that play a little closer.
Last year the spin was OP, wasn't it?
Last year's spin was unreal.
Yeah.
So if you pause it as soon as, like, he's got his user out there. He knows this formation. He's expecting this play, but I don't have any other route. So as soon as I see him go there, I'm like, oh, crap. Yeah, so I'm expecting to jump it, but I don't have any backup route. So I wait it out, and luckily I'm able to get it. And he's there, and the spin beats it. The reason I spun is because I was facing the sideline, and I needed to get upfield. If I were to juke, I would have just, jumped sideways. I'm looking at Jennings here because he can beat cover 3. but it's not there. So run, Russell.
Ooh.
I wanted to get out of bounds, obviously.
Yeah. Scary.
And then what do I call? Straight run. Heavy formation with 3 tight ends. It's basically a goal line. You remember earlier in the game he was pinching his line? He didn't do it there.
Yeah.
Now this, I never call goal line. Like, very, very rare. I'll call the sneak, and I think he's expecting the sneak. So if you pause it, I'm like, kind of not expecting this to work, but I'm like, I got to try something. I'm going for it. It shows red boxes, like it's not a good run fit, but I think I wanted to sneak here, and then he just had a bunch of guys crowded up the middle, so I call the power and pray.
Mhm.
And I literally jumped out of my chair when I was so amped. What am I doing here? I think I call a timeout because I don't like.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think you just spammed A
Going
because
for
you assumed it
two.
was gonna be an extra point.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, keep my bubble going. But I know if he covers it, I did put my left tackle at tight end there just in case it's a run. You saw that little switch. So he's blocking tight end out there. So I've kind of set this up so he knows what's coming, but it's still either a run or cover the bubble.
And that doesn't show up on his end where he sees the personnel. It
No,
doesn't show up
he won't
as
see it till right now. This is the only
Okay.
time he'll see it. So again, he goes out there because he knows this play. I've called it a few times. I see him cover it. I'm pretty sure I run this. Yep. Because he covered it and just happens to get the yard. Yeah, when you make those adjustments in your play call screen, it doesn't show up. But
Okay.
as soon as they see it, like they got to know what's coming.
Yeah.
But
Now
when you do
this,
like
I'm
the
not-
formation sub,
Sorry?
does that show up on their end? When you do like the
No,
formation
no.
sub?
It does not.
Okay.
Now he's got a minute to get down and get 3 points. So still not feeling too confident because this guy's offense had been really good when he was passing. It's only when he started going to the run that slowed down.
So on that one, I want to go back to that. How do you decide
Sure, it glitched
between
out for me anyway, so I didn't get to see that play.
how do you decide between a swat and a play ball on that one?
Oh, so in this instance, in this time of the game, unless I know I can get there, I'm swatting all day because I would rather just get the incompletion. So if you pause it right there, I'm behind his receiver. So it looks like I'm pressing Y because I'm going for the pick, but I should be swatting because you're behind him. You're probably not going to get that.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah, that's what I was wondering because it seemed like he still swatted anyways. But
Yeah, that was me being greedy, I guess, going for the play ball. But there, you should definitely be going for the swat. And then protect sticks, cover over top, don't get beat deep. But like I said, this dude runs corner routes really well, throws to the outside well. If it's like a deep, deep jump ball, a Hail Mary, that sort of thing, you definitely want to swap ball because end of the half, as usually when that stuff happens, don't go for the pick. You're probably not going to get it.
yeah.
I used to exclusively use swap, but I go for a lot more user picks now. I went back to cover 4 on this one where I play the linebacker so that the computers would cover deep, just so I wouldn't give up anything over the top.
Mm-hmm.
But I knew if he gets anything over the middle, he's in field goal range. And he does, but he kind of got screwed there. That should be a stoppage, but look at the time keeps going.
Yeah.
I don't know why it didn't stop the clock. So he comes out and he calls a play. Pause this.
Yeah, I can go back a little bit.
And 8 seconds left, he calls this play when it shouldn't have stopped clock, and he throws it away because, so he throws this ball away because, he needs to stop the clock.
Yeah.
So you can
puts him out of field goal range.
So Riley, you can go back and you can actually see that play art for the cover 2 linebacker blitz, where he puts the 2 guys on the purple zones.
The previous play?
Where is it? Not this one, the next play.
Next play?
I really should have been calling that this entire time because I know he was going for the corner. But I was really just afraid of getting beat over the top and just losing the game outright.
Yeah, so the next play after this.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nope.
So I called a cover 2 man. This is the one I talked about earlier.
This was after the intentional grounding.
Oh, no, go back further. Yeah, you're ahead of it.
Oh, okay. Go back a little bit.
Yeah, this is the play. So as soon as my play art comes up, you can pause it.
Yeah.
Right here.
See, that's what I mean. So I'm worried about him hitting the corner because there's 9 seconds left. So that's why I've got that set up. And then app key, I got to cover the middle. But yeah, because of that non-stoppage, he drops back, he throws the ball away, gets intentional grounding. So that really sucked.
Yeah.
I mean, really, we should have gone to overtime. Because now this is a super long field goal.
I thought for sure you were going to call timeout and just ice him.
I probably should have. But I mean, it's like a 6-yard kick. Anyway.
Oh, I almost got it too. Oh.
Yeah, I definitely should have iced him, actually.
Well, Camille, if you're watching right now, I'm sorry.
Yeah, so I definitely thought I was done in the middle of that third quarter, but just stay on course. That's the thing. You don't want to get too crazy. Stick with the things you know. Go to your comfort zone. But at the same time, like that quarterback blast wasn't my comfort zone, and that scored me a touchdown. That goal line power run, just because I kind of thought that he knew what was coming, so I had to switch it up. But I guess it's a balancing act for everything.
Yup. Good stuff.
I feel like the one that we didn't record was actually a lot better than this one, as far as analysis goes, breaking it down. Maybe it's because I'm looking at it on my phone before I was looking at a computer screen.
Yeah. Well, I think that about wraps it up.
It's a good first video.
Yeah, I think that about wraps it up. This, even though this was a live stream,
we should do it again for the Super Bowl.
Yeah, definitely. Talk about it in the Discord. This should be on the YouTube channel, so I mean people can watch it whenever. But yeah.
Yeah, I don't think Camille's gonna want to watch this again.
Yeah, we'll make sure to put a warning
maybe we
for
should do
Camille.
the Super Bowl. I don't know. Like, Super Bowl was a lot of the same. They played very similar, except for Snake doesn't really hit the corner stuff, and he runs like he's really hard to stop his run.
Fun times, guys. That's good.
All right, guys. Thanks. I'll talk to you later.
Thanks for watching, everyone. Taxi, anything to say?